Have you found yourself grappling with financial challenges? Perhaps you've inadvertently put them on the back burner, and now you're knee-deep in debt without any savings to fall back on. The concern of whether it's too late to steer your financial situation in the right direction and ensure a stable future has likely crossed your mind. If this situation strikes a chord, fret not, because we're here to help. Join us here at Wealth Wizards as we break down a five-fold approach that will lead you to the remarkable milestone of $1 million in your retirement kitty, and possibly even earlier. Admittedly, it's no walk in the park, but rest assured, this plan has demonstrated its effectiveness time and time again. But before we go on, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Now, other than that, let's begin. Number 1. Building a strong financial foundation. Building a solid foundation is critical for success in many domains of life. As in baseball, success in the world of finance requires a solid grounding in the fundamentals, which is why we stress the value of establishing a solid financial foundation before focusing on increasing your wealth. This entails putting money down in savings and paying off debts with exorbitant interest rates. Make sure you have a few $1,000s stashed away in an easily accessible emergency fund. Don't let worries about inflation discourage you from setting aside money for large purchases, investments, and emergencies. You should aim to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved up, but you can go as high as a year if you want to. Inflation after that point may eat away at your money. Prioritize quickly paying off loans with high interest rates. Financial resources are quickly depleted by debts like credit cards and high-interest loans. It's crucial to focus on them first, as it would be futile to pay 15% interest on a credit card while hoping for 9% investment returns. If you owed money at 18%, like Warren Buffett says you should do, you should pay it off immediately. We can't think of a better investment than this. And if you're in need of quick money to pay off your bills, you might try selling some of your unused household items, since this might free up a lot of money that can be put toward paying off debt. Home ownership is a great way to generate wealth, but it should not be allowed to cause financial hardship. You can improve your financial status by negotiating your bills and being kind to customer service representatives. Number 2. Strategically deploy your capital. Make a long-term strategy for your money that includes saving, investing, and spending. Spending money without a clear goal in mind is wasteful. Even the inventor of the 401k program acknowledges that simply having your employer contribute to your 401k is not a complete retirement strategy. But we do recommend making loans for business expansion. Create an automatic monetary system if you want to prosper. Set up a system to automatically invest, save, and budget. Use 3 separate accounts to keep money from being mixed up. As a guideline, consider the 75-15-10 rule, which suggests setting aside 75% of one's income for living costs, 15% for investments, and 10% for savings. After you've set up your emergency fund, you may put that extra 10% toward your investments. Funds can be better allocated with the use of distinct accounts. There are 3 main entry points that investors could go for, which are companies, real estate, and commodities. Investing in companies. Investing in exchange-traded funds, ETFs, companies, or funds is a common strategy. Investing frequently in low-cost index funds using dollar-cost averaging is easy and efficient. Well-known exchange-traded funds, ETFs, such as VOO, IVV, and SPY provide exposure to market leaders. With ETFs, you can gain market exposure without requiring substantial investment expertise. Crowdfunding for startups may be an attractive option for risk takers due to the significant returns they could earn. Self-investment can also take the form of starting one's own business. Real estate. Meanwhile, the value of real estate rises over time and produces a steady stream of income. Owning real estate is one of the most reliable ways to build wealth and generate passive income. However, significant funding is essential. Commodities. On the other hand, gold and silver are good hedges against currency devaluation. As a type of savings, these assets can be used to guard against inflation. Bitcoin, like other commodities, has value but must be handled with caution because of its volatility. Number 3. Prudent spending and financial responsibility. Many people these days are intrigued by buy now, pay later arrangements because of the ease with which they allow for postponed payments. Late payments can result in interest charges of 15 to 25%, which is great for businesses but terrible for consumers. The overarching concept is to always check whether or not an expense is absolutely necessary. Would you have the self-control to avoid this expense if it meant saving the life of someone you cared about? This mindset is the cornerstone of making sound financial choices. It's easy to see how having assets may grow wealth while having liabilities can erode it. There's a rule of thumb that says you shouldn't buy something until you have the means to buy at least 5 of it, and that's the rule of 5. You could, for instance, buy a second-hand automobile without taking out a loan and invest the interests you save, which will eventually allow you to upgrade to a more expensive model. Number 4. Augment earnings strategically. This quote that more money would solve all financial problems is true, but only if one knows how to put that money to good use. Your future earning power is your most valuable asset. Focus your efforts on increasing this potential income. Lack of financial knowledge often leads to the waste of windfalls such as lottery prizes or inheritances. The trick is to invest these resources such that growth is constant. Even with modest wage increases, the lifestyle creep phenomenon causes people to spend more of their money than they have. The preceding actions lay the groundwork for long-term monetary growth, making it reasonable to think about pursuing side hustles or additional employment in order to cultivate wealth. However, development, not just savings, should be prioritized. It is crucial to refocus efforts from finding ways to save an additional $5,000 within the present income to finding ways to increase the current income by a factor of 5. Number 5. Strategic planning and safeguarding wealth. Planning is essential for those who aspire to achieve success and wealth. This involves not only plotting out how to achieve goals, but also thinking ahead to any difficulties that may arise. Having life insurance is important because it guarantees that one's financial goals will be met after one's death. The path from where you are now to financial security can be laid out with the help of sound financial planning. As a person's wealth grows, protections against unauthorized access become crucial. Making a detailed plan will help things go smoothly when it comes to passing on possessions. A person can feel more safe if they are surrounded by reliable professionals who put their interests before their own, such as lawyers and accountants. As we wrap up this journey, it's clear that building a strong financial foundation, deploying your capital wisely, and adopting prudent spending habits are vital steps toward securing your financial future. Remember, it's not just about earning more, it's strategically utilizing your resources. Now, let's put your newfound knowledge to the test. Here's a question for you. Which of the 5 steps resonates most with your current financial situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that like button if you found this video valuable, and subscribe to Wealth Wizards for more actionable tips and strategies to achieve financial empowerment. By taking these steps today, you're paving the way for a more secure and prosperous tomorrow. So join us in this journey to financial mastery, and we'll see you in the next video.